if you have gone through Instagram, you've gone through YouTube, you've gone through TikTok, you have seen an enormous amount of information that Florida market's crashing, that the entire west coast of Florida is dropping prices, and that there's massive foreclosures about to happen, just the banks are about to let this out. Stop the noise. Look, if I take certain facts, and a lot of this information is coming from real estate enthusiasts, not specifically any sort of real estate authority. Yes, in South Florida, which I sell, your average house sits in the market anywhere between 70 to 80 days. It's what it is at this time because it is a complete buyer's market. It is correct, it is a buyer's market. However, it isn't because there's a situation. Understand, we had a once in a lifetime event approximately 5 years ago in the form of COVID. And it literally brought the world to its knees. As such, Florida did not have the strict lockdown regulations like other places. Other places throughout the world, other places in the United States. I don't care what your politics is. Our government did not lock down our state. It benefited the state tremendously. It benefited the housing market tremendously. 3 reasons. Number one, people sitting in other places throughout the United States in the Northeast had very difficult lockdowns. They had very strict regulations. As such, they saw us here in Florida living our lives the way previous to COVID. And as such, it caused a massive shift to come down here. What happened? The prices were already stable, but if now I want to move to say Coral Gables, I want to move to Fisher Island, I want to move to Miami Beach, I want to move to Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, whatever, and I see a certain property, I'm now cash heavy because I've sold my property or I have extra cash, whatever the case is, and I'm willing to bid more money because I want to secure this house, well, I'm going to drive up the price. And that's what happened. Right around the beginning of 2021, the prices boomed. And what your house was worth, a 3.2, maybe 2,000 under air conditioned, moderately, pretty modern in Coral Gables, went from say 1.3, 1.4 million to now 2 point something million. It was the market. So it literally caused a 50% shift. And we were at a 50% shift. I mean, so think about it. All these prices went up in a general average of 50%. So your average general price in Miami-Dade in South Florida went up. As such, understand, this is very important. This is a real key fact. We have a price correction for various factors. We've had a lot of inflation. Inflation is now capped to an extent. We have issue where the interest rates still remain high. So we have buyers sitting right now who are not willing to go into the market and buy because they don't want to pay 7.5%, 8% for say a $700,000 loan or a $300,000, $400,000 loan because it might be out of. We also have an insurance issue here in Florida. A lot deals with, and another narrative that you do not hear is that 70% of all insurance claims, homeowner claims throughout the entire United States, we represent 70% of it here in Florida due to litigation. A lot of it is frivolous lawsuits that get put in the market. We in turn, taxpayers, and we in turn, homeowners pay for it. So nobody knows where the market's going to go because there's all kinds of different factors. Listen, we can only pray that the interest rates get lower. I don't care what your politics are. Let's just hope the interest rates get cut so some buyers will go back into the market. They still doesn't mean that sellers are going to drop their prices. Yes, there are motivated sellers who want to leave Florida, who want to leave South Florida, and in turn are making a lifestyle decision. Doesn't mean that they want to, they're willing to lose thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars to sell this home. Yes, You have seen market. They still doesn't mean that sellers are going to drop their prices. Yes, there are motivated sellers who want to leave Florida, who want to leave South Florida, and in turn are making a lifestyle decision. Doesn't mean that they want to, they're willing to lose thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars to sell this home. Yes, you have seen, and I'm sure you're going to see houses and you're going to be able to find your set of narrative facts, your set of data, but it is not a systemic set of data. I see comparisons to 2008. Let me tell you something. This is not 2008. Why do I know? Because not only have I been in real estate, selling real estate for the last 7 years, in 2008 and continuing, I still own an investigation company. We cater to the insurance companies. In 2008, one of our biggest contracts was from a very large private mortgage insurance carrier. And as such, we were investigating PMI claims. PMI stands for private mortgage insurance. It's the insurance that your lender takes out if you put down less than 20%. So in 2008, when we did have a housing crisis and we had a meltdown, the meltdown was due to the subprime market was being bundled in mortgage-backed securities, being rated by I'm not going to even get into all that, but they were being rated, these mortgage-backed securities, as AAA rated bonds by bond agencies and as such. If you want to get more information as to that, there's a great movie, say, Get Short, and see this particular movie. You'll see Christian Bale in it, and you'll see it explains everything as it relates to this. It's called The Big Short. Excuse me, I was saying Get Short. Didn't know what the hell I was saying. The Big Short. See it. It's a great movie. You'll like it. So let's get back to the point. 2008, you had a massive amount of mortgage fraud that contributed to the housing crisis and the deregulation, and then eventually got into the prime market because we had a catastrophe. That's why there was the TARP, there was all kinds of bailouts, regardless. This is not that. If you're thinking because people have lost their jobs, because of the market is in a learning phase at this time. We've had a lot of shifts. It doesn't mean that we are in a massive Florida housing crisis. It's not the case. Yes, insurance is extremely high. Yes, property values are up there. Yes, if you buy in certain communities, you may have CDD. Still doesn't mean that we have a housing crisis. What we have is price corrections. If you're a buyer, you have a mortgage, you have a real estate agent. That real estate agent is shopping for you. If you want to buy because you find a great deal, because the seller is willing to lower the price and it's great, wonderful. Then get into the deal. If you're a cash buyer, it's an amazing time to buy because you're going to probably find something great. But don't think that every seller is going to drop the price hundreds of thousands. I had a deal that just fell apart. I had 3 offers to my seller. My seller walked away. I always said, I'm not going to lose $250,000. I don't need to. And that's the point. A lot of people who bought in 2022, 2021, even 2023 were cash buyers. So they don't have they're not sitting on an aggravated mortgage. And a lot of people who bought also during COVID bought at 3.5%, 4%. Why would they want to sell anyway? They're only going to sell if it's a premium to them. And if you are a seller at this time, I'm telling you I am telling you as a real estate agent, if you don't have to sell, don't sell. Wait it out. There are better times. Now, if you are a seller that has a life event, a bankruptcy, you lost your job, you're sick, you need to move out of Florida, whatever your situation is, then sell. But understand, you may have to lower your price. You may have to take a haircut because the market is like that. And I would be very careful who you're using as your agent and make sure that your comparables are within the last 3 weeks and the last month, because you can't go back 3 months. You can't go back 6 months, because I'm telling you, this market's changing every month. And if you don't understand that, you are going to lose money. You're going to hear a lot of stuff in the coming months. Oh my God, here it is, this shift. How many houses were foreclosed last year to where they are now? To where they're going to be in 3 or 4 months? But I'm telling you, you need to slow down the noise. Don't make rash decisions. Florida is an amazing place. You still got a great market. You still got great homes. And listen, you want to know something? Don't take it from me. Verify, verify, verify. But just do me a favor. Stop listening to all these noise and pretty graphs and pretty things. I'm giving it to you straight up. You have any questions? Do me a favor, follow me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow my follow my Instagram, follow my YouTube, and I'm going to give you different market updates, and I'm going to give you advice. And listen, if I can help you, wonderful. If you have somebody you like, that's wonderful as well. God bless. God bless you and your family. And I wish you the best, and I hope you have an amazing week.